Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the GOM Classic Season 4 semi-final matchup between C and Shuttle. They are both inside the lobby and ready to go. I am BisuDagger on the microphone, and I'm very excited to be casting this for you guys today. As we go into this matchup, it will be on the map Fighting Spirit to start off the first game. And where are these two players going to spawn? It looks at the bottom left-hand corner. Our Terran player C over at that 7 o'clock position, which leaves our Protoss player after we get a nice little glamour shot of C looking at that beautiful right side of his face in his prison style shirt, which if you guys remember when C was actually playing for Team 8, it looked like they were wearing prisoner shirts with that black and white striped get up there. And meanwhile, at the top left corner at that 11 o'clock position, we do have Shuttle, our Protoss player here, and we're getting that glamour shot from his left side. And both these players have GOM-sponsored sweatshirts and headsets on, which means that they are ready to play an excellent game here. So Pro coming out, and what's going to happen here? It looks like a pylon does come down, so this could be a 1 or 2 gate proxy from our Protoss player Shuttle. Typically, if you want to go fully all in, you do build 2 gates inside of that middle base, but sometimes you could go with 1 gate if you want to just go for some zealot harassment and try to expand outward from this and go into a heavier macro game with a better economic advantage. And C actually just like threw his hands up in the air, kind of having a sissy fit. Maybe he realized that his opponent was a Protoss player and it is quite a superior race. Meanwhile, I guess there's a lot of gift moments over there at the left. Sometimes you should just watch C. He does actually talk quite a bit if you watch him streaming live. And so that's why people don't like watching him stream, even though he's such a great Terran player. So this probe here is going to be scouting towards that bottom right location, easily finding out, hey, there's no one down there. And so now Shuttle has to guess the next location. By the time the gate finishes up and the zealot is done, he should have proper vision of where his opponent is. So since he's going to be scouting out that 1 o'clock position next with his probe, now let's focus on what C's doing inside of his base. So it looks like an additional building. The supply depot started first, and oh my god. Okay, C is going for a command center. So this is crazy because command center first before barracks is going to put him way behind as far as units go. And I don't know if he could survive once Shuttle decides to bring his zealots over to that bottom left location. So the base easily not being seen at the top right or the bottom right because obviously there is no Terran base there. So now the zealot is making its way down towards the bottom left. Shuttle knows exactly where he needs to go to do this harassment. And see, he is completely unaware. There's no SCV out doing its scout yet. And using all his resources to go into that command center first. And now the zealot's so close, but it actually can't see up that ridge. And the zealot's in there. What's going on? What? The zealots are heading towards the... Did Shuttle not see the base? Oh my god. So C, he actually had a really surprised look at his base because he could see on the low ground the zealot coming in here, but now he's not getting harassed. I think even C knows what's going on at this point. But Shuttle, he doesn't know where C is. He thinks he misscouted with his probe. And now another zealot is going towards the bottom right. He thinks both those locations may have been a mistake. So now all the zealots that are available are going towards that bottom right. Meanwhile, C, who had a glimpse of that zealot while the command center is being built, is putting a bunker out at that front, and he should be able to get Marines there in time to defend this. And once the bunker is done, you can use SCVs to repair all you want. Easy money for the Terran player. And now Shuttle is going to be in a lot of trouble once he realizes everything that's going on here. This is wild. Zealot's going back up to the top right again. I wonder, like, Shuttle's just completely confused by what's going on here. Now, of course, he does see that bunker and pulls his zealot back. And he's way behind on economy. He has a random building out in the middle of the map. And, so what do you do as a Protoss player here? You could go for an expansion and just hope that you're going to do well. You could go all in on one base. You know, those are 2 options. One may prove better than the other. I just think even if he takes these units and tries to run them past that bunker, will he even be able to get enough damage done? C has been investing in Marines. He knows exactly what is happening here, so all he really has to do is make sure he has the proper amount of vultures and Marines available to combat this. And in fact, so Shuttle does go for that run by. He's trying to make it up the ramp here, but SCVs with their superior health are just blocking off that ramp, and it looks like the damage It's only taking out a couple SCVs so far. Some decent damage here, but the units are going to be taken out. Once these Marines can make it up that ramp, they should be able to pick off these Zealots pretty easily, especially with their range. And Shuttle, he didn't get enough done. If you think about it here, there's 2 command centers, which means that he can regain that SCV lead that he had from having that early expansion done so quickly here. And 2 Marines remain on low health, but managed to survive there as well. So very smart. C does bring an SCV towards that natural base. The Dragoon wasn't able to pick it off, so C even knows that Shuttle is going for a Nexus out of this. Nice little pickoff there on that Marine. And they're going to stay safely inside that bunker. Some SCVs can go over there to repair if they want to. This is a really bad position. For you Protoss fans, you got to be feeling pretty sad right now, because this game 1 looks like it can come to a pretty tragic end unless Shuttle can find a way to make his way back into this game. Some of the options are going with DTs or going with Reaver drops. But see, he's such a well-structured player. He can defend really well, usually builds turrets at the right amount of time. And Constat Station probably should be built in the natural base, because you can't see one being built in the main. There's a bunker right where a Constat would be built or constructed here. But no, he's not even focusing on trying to get anything that could reveal units or use detection, because there's no dire threat of DTs immediately. So put those resources into those important vultures and getting the upgrades off that add-on to the factory. So with siege mode and mines being done, the last upgrade available is going to be speed on those vultures, which will allow him to reinforce once C decides to go for this 2-base attack. I don't imagine he'd want to draw this game out anymore and go for a 3rd base and try and siege his way up. So taking out that bunker, unfortunately, there is no salvage ability in StarCraft 1. You cannot get minerals back for not needing bunkers anymore. That is a StarCraft 2 ability. C just promptly takes out that building, ruthlessly destroying Terran as he tries to make his way towards Shuttle's base. And an engineering bay being added on too, which means he can defend against drops if that becomes a thing. And turrets also adding detection onto the home field advantage of the Terran player. But this is a heavy push in here, and how well is this Dragoon micro going to be? Already losing 1 Dragoon here, but doing decent pickoffs on the Vultures means that only reinforcing Vultures are going to be available to see as he continues this aggression here. But 3 tanks behind that, and SCV coming up to repair, and it looks like the Marines are finally out too. But what is left? A mine! Is it going to be able to hit the mine? It does take out 2 Dragoons right at that ramp. So with those two Dragoons out, the army's just even softer for Shuttle. He doesn't have anything left to defend. He could pull probes, but he really doesn't have the economy to pull the probes. He has to make it work with these Dragoons. 1 more mine going down. A Dragoon does end up turning into goo again, and it looks like Shuttle is probably going to have to tap out of this game and think about what it's going to take to come back into this series. Only down 1-0. It's not a horrible position to be in. This is a best of 5, which means C will have to win not just 1 more, but 2 more games to be able to come out of this with a victory. So very nice win for C. Unfortunate scouting for Shuttle, and both of them are going to have a nice little laugh as they watch that replay in this break here. And we will be going on to game number 2 very shortly. Hang out, watch the next VOD. Guys, this is BisuDagger. I am just blessed to be here and casting with you guys today. And I hope you guys are enjoying this GOM TV event as much as I am.